Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and we have something incredibly awesome to take a look at today as we have round 2, or wave 2, however you'd like to term it, of Marco Makes Minisaurs. And I have reviewed the initial round of these, which was the Velociraptor Blue, and Allosaurus, as well as the T-Rex, of course Rexy. Now, this time around, we have some more incredibly cool species, as we have a Sick Triceratops. We also have a Gallimimus, which is one that I'm super psyched about because I just love the Gallimimus from Jurassic Park and just feel like there's not near enough figures of it. And then we also have the Sinoceratops from Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, so we've got some really cool species included in this wave. And as always, when it comes to Marco Makes figures, these things are absolutely overloaded with fantastic detail and just in general look pretty much exactly like they look in the films. Marco is so good at capturing screen accuracy with his figures and his models, and I feel like the Minisaurs are one of his most impressive releases because they're so small yet so insanely jam-packed with sculpt and detail, and still look, again, about as accurate as you're going to find anywhere. So let's go ahead and jump straight to a closer look at all three of these right now. So we are going to begin with the Sick Triceratops, and you can see exactly like I was stating with when it comes to screen accuracy, like Marco nails it. That looks exactly like the Triceratops that we see in Jurassic Park, the Sick Triceratops. You can kind of see like that elongated head that you see on the JP style Triceratops. You also have a beautifully sculpted out beak. The detailing there around the beak is fantastic. You have like some, wrinkling and creasing and stuff there, kind of showing off some movement in the head and the mouth area of the dinosaur. You can see the horns of the Triceratops are very nicely sculpted out. The detailing there around the eye looks great. As you lead up into the frill, you can see again some beautiful scale detail, really vibrant scale detail through the course of this Triceratops. And the detailing of these models honestly are incredible for their size, and also just in general the quality of the print is really, really good. You can also see as we lead back here into the neck, like you could see skin wrinkling and stuff down there. You can see more wrinkling as you lead up here toward the shoulder of the Triceratops. Even the rear of the frill is incredible when it comes to a detailing aspect. Taking a look at the body overall, you can see it has that trademark kind of osteoderm-like appearance as you usually see on the Triceratops from Jurassic Park, and then of course continues all the way to the other side. The dinosaur is connected to the base, so you can't take it off the base or anything like that. It stays connected to the base 24/7, so you can only take a look at this side. You can see though that we have again some more really nice skin wrinkles and stuff here in the stomach region. Beautiful muscle definition displayed in both the front and back legs, but just like you see in Jurassic Park, it's not overly defined, just defined enough that it looks great. As you lead down into the foot, you can see even the toes again are very nicely detailed, very nicely sculpted out. Same for the rear foot, and again, honestly, everything on this Triceratops looks exactly like what the Sick Triceratops looks like in Jurassic Park. You can see those osteoderms continue to run down the course of the figure out onto the tail. You got some more skin wrinkles and stuff back there. If we take a look at the opposing side, you can see how it's kind of laying down here on the ground. Even again, some of the skin kind of scrunching up and wrinkling there again because you have the dinosaur laying all of its weight down on that side. So you can see it's kind of wrinkling the skin right there. Such incredible attention to detail on the part of Marco Makes. He really does, again, an insanely good job on his models. And you can see that it's laying in kind of a really nice earthy area. It's really up to you how you want to paint that and everything. And in general, the dinosaurs themselves come unpainted. I don't know if you can commission Marco to paint them for you or not. I painted all of these, but you may be able to get Marco to paint them. I'm not 100% positive on that. That's something you'd have to ask him. But again, the base is absolutely beautiful when it comes to the detailing, and then the underside also sports again the Marco Makes logo as well as his partner in crime when it comes to the Minisaurs. And then if we move on now to the Gallimimus, which is super, super awesome. You can see again, we have a really nice running pose for the Gallimimus, exactly like you are so used to seeing these dinosaurs displayed in after the scene in Jurassic Park where they're kind of running along, flocking, as Tim would say, again, away from the Tyrannosaurus. And you can see we have that exact positioning for our Gallimimus here with the Marco Makes version. And you can see that we have Again, the leg lifting up into the air. Beautiful skin wrinkles and skin creasing and everything here through the underside of the neck. The head sculpt is exactly as you would like to see on a Gallimimus like this. And yet again, the paintwork was done by me, so it may or may not match all that well to what the Gallimimus looks like. I feel like it turned out okay. You have the arms in a nice natural position, some nice skin wrinkles and stuff in the stomach region, again, showing off that running aspect of the Gallimimus as you run through the course of the figure. You have the beautiful muscle definition in the thigh as well as down in the calf. You can see how it's kind of leaning forward as it's lunging along, running at a pretty incredible pace. You can see how the foot is lifting up off of the ground. The toes are just leaving the ground. So the other leg here, obviously up in the air, is about to head back down to the ground before again landing in quite the lengthy leap during its run. You can see the tail is leading out kind of up in the air. Slight curve to it, almost making it look like it had just changed positions to the left, which is also exactly what you see in Jurassic Park. So maybe that's where the inspiration came from for the curve in the tail, because the dinosaurs kind of make that left turn before running up over the hill that obviously Alan and the kids are standing on. So again, perfectly replicating that Jurassic style Gallimimus. And you can see again over here the really nice lift in the legs, the beautiful bird-like curve in the toes as it's running along. Really nice muscle definition, again displayed, nice skin wrinkles as you lead up into the tail, that really nice naturalistic curve again in the tail, and you can see how the arms are held into the body. Nice curve in general to the body, again showing that left turn that it is currently making. Beautiful Gallimimus, one that I'm so psyched to add to my collection because I just don't have enough Jurassic Gallimimus in my collection, so anytime I can add a new one into my collection, it is an absolutely great day, even more so when it's one sculpted by Marco. And you can see the base itself looks pretty much like the same style texturing, kind of like we saw on the Sick Triceratops base. And they always have this kind of like underside stand sort of to it, so they all kind of look like they belong together, and yet again the same logos for the underside. And then the final one is the Sinoceratops, and the Sinoceratops is just kind of standing here looking like maybe it was just eating or something along those lines. You can see almost a grumpy look on the head of the Sinoceratops right there. As you lead through the course of the figure, though, again, it looks very much so like you see in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. Nice, big, beefy appearance for the dinosaur, again, pretty much how they're portrayed in Jurassic World. You can see the horn, very nicely done. Some fantastic cracks and crevices through the horn right there. The beak as well is really nicely sculpted out. You've got the nostril right there, of course, the eyes of the dinosaur. And then as you lead up into the frill of our Sinoceratops, you have those holes in the frill. Again, something that you do see in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. All of the spikes leading up and over the frill all look great. Some fantastic scale detail is present in every area of this Sinoceratops, even here on the rear of the frill. You can see how nicely detailed it is. And then you lead back into the very chunky body of our dinosaur. You can see very big, muscular looking legs in both the front and back legs. Absolutely massive thigh for sure. Skin wrinkles galore in the lower part of the stomach, and again showing how the skin is kind of reacting to the positioning of the dinosaur. Same deal leading out here into the tail. Again, kind of like some saggy skin as well, almost making it just have that big kind of cow-like feel, I think. And you can see a nice curve to the tail, but it's an ever so slight curve, not too much going on there. And you can see the body, for the most part, is fairly straightforward, with the head turned to the right a little bit. And then you can take a look at the opposing side, yet again, just as nice as we saw on the initial side. You can see a little less of the neck over here again because the head is turned toward us just a tad, but all of the same style of detail again, as it's kind of just standing there almost in a neutral position, maybe just taking a look around, just deciding what's going on near it, or maybe kind of weighing its options as far as where it would like to head next and find a bite to eat. But we yet again have the same style of base as far as like that earthy area, and then the underneath here that kind of has like a stand-like look with the logos again on the underside. Just an absolutely beautiful version of a Sinoceratops. Again, Marco really is just pumping out some of the nicest figures that I've ever seen in mini form. Definitely the best minifigures on the planet, if you ask me, because they are absolutely perfect when it comes to the sculpt. We don't have like, oversized feet or anything like that. They come with a really cool little base to help them stand, and as a whole, the entire presentation is, in my opinion, museum-worthy when it comes to, if there were such a thing as a Jurassic Museum, it would definitely have these included because these are absolutely awesome. As far as a size goes, again, being Minisaurs, they are quite small. So for the Gallimimus, you're looking at about almost 4¼ inches, or right around 10.5 centimeters, so a little under 4¼ inches. And then for a height to the top of the head, a little over 2.5 inches, or right around 6.5 centimeters. For our Triceratops, the Sick Triceratops, now we are measuring with the base because the dinosaur is pretty much just as long as the base. So you are looking at right about 4 inches on the dot, or about 10 centimeters. You're really not going to get much else of a measurement here because the height is going to be very low to the ground since it's laying down. And then for our Sinoceratops, you are looking at about the 4 inches or 10 centimeters, pretty much the same as the Triceratops, I think. And then height-wise, about 2 inches or a little over 5 centimeters for a size comparison. There is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Dilophosaurus, and Robert Muldoon from the Mattel Jurassic World toy line next to our Marco Makes Minisaurs, and you can definitely see again how big these other figures are in comparison to Marco's Minisaurs, showing off how insanely impressive the sculpts of Marco's Minisaurs are, because they are as jam-packed as all of these other figures here when it comes to detail, even more potentially, and at a fraction of the size again. Just so insanely impressive. And then when it comes to a size comparison with other minifigures that are similar as far as, like, you know, the same size, you've got the Mattel Mini there on the right with the Carnotaurus, and then the Captives Jurassic World Bumpy minifigure on the left. And you can see again that the size difference isn't quite all that far off, but the Marco Makes Minisaurs are a little bit bigger than what you would see with both the Captives and the, of course, Mattel Minis. I would say the dinosaurs themselves are a little bit bigger than what we see here, but with the inclusion of the bases for these figures, it kind of makes them look like they're a lot bigger. But regardless, again, these figures that you see here before you when it comes to the Marco versions compared to what you see with like the Captives and the Mattel figures, they are a world of difference when it comes to just how incredibly screen accurate they are and how highly detailed they are. And then for one more comparison, we have all of my Minisaurs here, and you can definitely see that they have grown in size from Wave 1 to Wave 2. So you've got the Rex and the Allosaurus and Velociraptor Blue here. That was Wave 1 of these Minisaurs, and you can see that now with the Sick Triceratops, the Sinoceratops, and the Gallimimus, they're definitely quite a bit bigger in this wave compared to the previous wave. Not super different, but like if you look at the size of a Gallimimus next to the T-Rex, you can clearly see that they have, you know, grown a bit in size compared to the initial wave, but all are incredible figures. All of them look so cool together. This is the first time I've actually brought them all out in here, set them next to each other, and I can say again that Marco has absolutely been killing it when it comes to these Minisaurs, and all of these honestly look fantastic. So these Marco Makes Minisaurs are beautiful. No questions asked. They are just about as drop-dead gorgeous as far as a Jurassic figure as it gets. The Triceratops is so insanely perfect when it comes to creating that Sick Triceratops. It's honestly mind-boggling how good that is. The sculpt, again, is exactly as I remember the Triceratops from Jurassic Park, and the positioning and everything as well, it's just exactly as I can recall. Marco took that one and just completely knocked it out of the park. The Gallimimus as well, it's again got that really cool running pose, and I even love the slight turn in the tail, because again, it really reminds me of Jurassic Park when the Gallimimus are running through the field and they make that left turn to run up over the hill. It really kind of feels like that's exactly what's going on here with this Gallimimus. I am so happy to have such a beautiful version of a Jurassic-style Gallimimus, because I really only have like the Mattel toys and stuff when it comes to Gallimimus figures. I don't really have any good, highly detailed Jurassic-style Gallimimus, but now I do, thanks to Marco. And then you have the Sinoceratops, which as well, again, looks exactly as the Sinoceratops does in Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom. He completely captured the likeness of that one as well when it comes to like the chunkiness of the dinosaur, and at the same time the really beautiful appearance of the figure. They definitely gave that Sinoceratops a unique look, and Marco has replicated it here beautifully with his model. All of these again come unpainted. I am not 100% sure if you can have Marco, you know, paint them for you, if you can commission him to do that. I have no idea if he does that or not, but Honestly, in my opinion, it's just as much fun painting the figures as it is receiving them, so I recommend personally just giving it your best shot at painting them. I painted all of these and I had a great time doing it. Make sure you head to the Marco Makes Etsy shop, order yourself some of these beautiful Minisaurs. I will include a link in the description to the Etsy shop of Marco Makes, where hopefully these are still available. I'm not 100% sure, as his models usually do sell pretty quickly. But again, make sure you check the link in the description. Head on over there, purchase yourself some of these Minisaurs or any of the other incredible products that Marco has available, and make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.